Welcome to America's Heroes Group.
Welcome back to America's Heroes Group, this time with our partner, NWVU, that's the National Women's Veterans United. April is Sexual Assault, Minority Health, and Autism Awareness Month. Happy Easter and Happy Resurrection Day. We are Cliff Kelley, the host, Sean Claiborne, the co-host, our exec producer, Glenda Smith. But filling in today is our Shakaya. She is our studio engineer and also doing our producing today. Our digital media producer is Ivan Ortega of Scouts Honor Productions. And we have a partner with us, Rochelle Crump. You've heard her before on the show many times before, talking about many things all related to the military veterans, and the lives of people that served in the military and those who love them. She is a U.S. Army veteran, founder, and president of the National Women's Veterans United. We're going to talk about Memorial Day programs, new legislation, and the Uncharted not-for-profit organizations out there. What's going on, Rochelle? How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing just fine. Thank you so much for having me again today. I appreciate it. Every time I come on here, I'm representing a great amount of wonderful and awesome women who've served all over the nation, land, air, and sea, officers, enlisted, and with various backgrounds. So, it's a melting pot of things that we can do together and get things done, as well as try to get the information out of all those things that are so very important for military women veterans, and to make sure that they are aware of their benefits and, entitlements and things like that within the community and federal, state, city, county. It's needed because so much information is not shared, and that's why you guys come into such a wonderful position that you're able to get that information out to the general public. So I just want to salute you all for, the America's Heroes Group and all that you do to make sure that the information gets to people, and there's a lot of information out here. Oh, my goodness. I was just kind of researching some things, and one of the things that I came up with was about the Cook County free home repairs for veterans.
Oh, wow.
It's a program that they have. Free home. I mean, I was just shocked when I saw it. I'm like, why is not more information out here about this?
And this is
it's on their website, but
is it for Cook County or City of Chicago?
It's for Cook County.
Okay.
Cook County announces free home repair program for veterans. Veterans. Now, how many veterans do we know with houses that need steps, that need roofs, that need windows, that need, you know what I'm saying? And this information is sitting here on their website, and you've got individuals that work in their office that, are not connecting from this side, I would say. You know what I'm saying?
What can you tell us about the program? What's going on with this program? What is it all about?
Well, when you look at it, it's on the line. Let's just give it where it is. Go to the Cook County Veterans Affairs Office, and you will find it there. Veterans Home Repair Program. About the Veterans Home Program, applications are open. It closes May the 1st of 2023.
That's right.
So you would think that these are some things that would thank you. So, and you have to go on there, click on that blue button so that you can fill out that application. If you have any questions or anything like that, it's on the line. This is public information, so I'll give it to you. I am not a promoter for the county. I am not employed there. I am a veteran myself with, the spirit of making sure that we can pass this information on to those who need it the most. And I know there are many veterans and organizations in the Cook County who may qualify for this. Maybe individuals are not, community. I don't know. I haven't read it yet. I just happened to be looking for something else and found this. So You can call 312-818-1196. 312-818-1196. This is public information on a website of Cook County government. Now, who would have known about that?
That's Cook County, Illinois.
You can also email them. Yeah,
mm-hmm.
Yeah. The email address is A like Apple, P like Papa, P like Papa, L, Y like Yankee, at rebuildingtogether CHI.com. So if nothing else, call them, 312-818-1196. So that's all I'm going to say about that for now.
And that's Cook
So,
County,
you know,
Illinois. So
I
guys
see
across
this-
the country, California, places like that, that's not Cook County anywhere else. Cook
No.
County, Illinois. This is a
Cook
County
County,
program for
Illinois.
veterans.
That's correct.
Mhm.
And this free program is available to Cook County veteran homeowners, dependent spouses, or caretakers who provide housing for a veteran. Now, that's huge.
Mm-hmm. That sure is.
Because how many are taking care of their father or their mother who served in the military?
There you
Dependent spouses or caretakers who provide housing for a veteran. Hello?
There you go.
So, I mean, that's deep, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to make sure that people know that application is over with May 1st, 2023. So, you know, we have some things. We, the National Women Veterans United, we have some programs that are going on this there today. We are partnering with the Department of DAV, Department of Disabilities, with Indiana. April the 15th, we have a registration at 10 o'clock, and we'll have a continental breakfast, and we'll start the program. It's going to be located at Wicker Park Social Center. It is on our website at www.nwvu.org. And so it will be from 10 o'clock until 3 o'clock. There is going to be a lot of things going on that day, I'll tell you. There'll be some service officers there. There's going to be vendors there, raffles, gifts, workshops. We'll have some other things that'll be going to help people from the VA healthcare services. They'll be there to talk about a lot of things that have changed in there. I'm sure they'll be talking about the PAC Act as well. That's going to benefit those who served during those periods of times and have been in those places where they may have been exposed to that. And so we want to learn more about that as well. And you know what? It's just so much information out here. It's almost criminal that a lot of people don't know about it, because I don't think that, you know, the city, the state, the federal are doing enough, you know, to get this information out. We need more, probably more outreach people to carry that information out. The same thing with the city of Chicago. You know, they've gone a couple of years without having a director of Veterans Affairs. And so, you know, we hope that we can fix that now that we're going to have another mayor. I don't want to talk about that either. But now that we're going to have another mayor, maybe that person will do the right thing also and understand that it is important that we have that representation for the city of Chicago. I'm a past director of there myself, and working with others, and the great things that we did for the city of Chicago during that time under Mayor Daley. It was awesome. You know, it was started by Harold Washington, the mayor who was there then. He created that. Mm-hmm. So, and it went on for a while, and then it just disappeared. Mm-hmm. So, you know, we want to make sure that we bring that back because it's so important. Yeah. Also, you know, what's going on is... A lot
of people compare the new mayor they just got elected, Brandon Johnson, they compare him to Harold Washington because he's so progressive, with his progressive stances.
Those are personal opinions.
Well, the data shows he's definitely more progressive than Paul Vallis was.
We're going to leave that there because that is personal opinions. You know, when you have personal opinions.
That's not a personal opinion. His record speaks for itself. He's more progressive than Paul Vallis. I mean, Paul Vallis got slack for being conservative. He even got called a Republican.
That is true. I mean, he got the election. He won it fairly. However, you know, have all them votes been counted? No, I'm just kidding. But, you know, when you... You have to throw that in there. You got to have some humor about things. So,
but on your point,
you know, when you look at it.
But on your point though, about the getting the information out there from the different
and that's what we want to make sure.
But this is the thing. I think it'd be a good idea if, like for example, many organizations learn that if you create a calendar, okay, and you have certain things that people can look forward to in a certain time of the year. For example, like you know that at the end of the year you sign up for Medicare, right? That's every year. It's the same. It's the same time. You know, a certain time of the year you got to sign up for affordable health care. If you're going to sign up for the Obamacare programs, a certain time of the year you got to do certain things. If they had a calendar that was passed down and disseminated through the VA systems and all the veteran service organizations, it will just become common knowledge. Okay, I know every March they're going to have some veteran programs coming out. Maybe every March I got to check out the website or check out the calendar or check out what's going on and see what's new this year. Or maybe they could do it every quarter. At the third, you know when Social Security Day is coming out. All the Social Security checks come out on the same day every month.
Yes.
If they create that kind of routine, I think it will make that information a lot easier because people don't think about going to to a website to check some information out at random times.
And I was going to just mention that.
So if they had a calendar set up, okay, things are coming around this certain time. May not be anything much this month. Maybe it'll be something better next quarter, next year. But I'm going to keep checking every time around this time that I know to check under my Christmas tree and see what's there.
Sure, but what helps a lot of times is you're going into the community.
Yeah.
Go into the community and talk to the people.
Oh,
all these organizations are there, and they're still open. We know about the pandemic and everything, and we know, pretty much how to protect ourselves now, So people are starting to gravitate back to in-person stuff, and we want to keep that going to make sure people can get the information. People are not always going online, even though online is a wonderful thing. It is. But some people, and let's just talk about the people who need the services most.
Yes.
The people who don't really need the services have that access, and they're on there, and they're vibrant, and they're doing all those things, but the people who need you the most may not even be able to afford the internet in their house.
But even it doesn't have to be internet.
We need to have these services. The services are for them. Let's meet them where they are.
Right. But I'm saying is if you have a calendar, even if you don't have online access, to call the VA. To go someplace. To check out a certain place. Particularly if you're a senior and you can't get around, you're gonna have time to keep going back to the VA, getting on a PACE bus or a senior bus to try to get someplace or take a ride somewhere or get somebody to take you some.
Sure.
It's better if you have a schedule. And so I know around March 15th every year they want to have some new programs out, and I can go and see what programs might fit me. I can do my
I agree.
My quarterly trip.
Right, and there is a new person that has been assigned outreach. His name is Grant Jacobson, and he is with the Jesse Brown VA. He is making his way around in the communities to talk to the legislators, to talk to the veteran organizations, to talk to veterans as he sees them. He's looking for veterans to make sure that they're getting some information. He's trying to connect those dots, trying to get organizations to hold these events so that veterans can come in the communities again. This is the stuff we used to do a long time ago, and it stopped per the persons whoever was in legislative control. So now it looks like it's going to start up again, and we have a control on that, really, because we want to be the ones also who have these events at our facility for military women veterans, And we won't just have the women there, even though that's our primary responsibility and who we actually provide services for. However, we do want to share the information with all veterans. So we will have a few of those type of events also. So, and a lot of times what we're talking about when we get the women's information and stuff like that, it's about the health care for women, so males really are not in that roll call, if you will, that we're reaching out to, because those women still have issues with the doctors at the hospitals when they're talking about breast cancer, when they're talking about things that are related to having children and all of those types of things. So, and they don't want the company of males there, so we have some private sessions, if you will, to talk about those things that are important to them that actually need to be addressed by the VA. And those are some of the doctors that are there. We're getting some really bad reports on the doctors. And so, those will be coming up pretty soon, because we just can't assume just because they have doctors there that they're good doctors. And you hear that all the time. And we have to have an avenue where we can call on those doctors and report them when they are bad actors. Some people, one of the women, and she reported that, they were trying to get her to have a hysterectomy, and she didn't want it. She wanted to get a second opinion, and she heard the nurses talking on the phone and laughing about it, and, oh, they all do that, things like that. No. These are some critical things for women that's important to them and things of their life and their livelihood. So how dare you? So, and that's one side of it, that's a he say, she say thing, but I don't think she would have to make that up. Let's just say that.
Right, but also,
so,
too,
we want to still look into those type of things.
Right, but to your point, too, I think training is also really critical at the same time.
Absolutely,
whenever I go to
all
any
the
place,
time.
any organization, when I see bad behavior like that, I always blame the manager. I blame the supervisor, the manager. They're the ones who allowed that to happen and who allowed those people to be acting that way. Evidently, that's not the first time they have done that.
Right. So let me just tell you a little bit about House Bill 925. House Bill 925 is legislation that they are now changing with the Veterans Assistance Act, basically and it's unfair and unjust in our opinion, because it is meant for, they're creating what they're calling a state charter. Well, a state charter pretty much was within confines of the Secretary of State's office when you register as a not-for-profit corporation or LLC or whatever, and then you have to give them your articles of corporation and your bylaws and things of that nature. You also file with the IRS. You also file with the Attorney General's office. And so now they are making this out of a deal where the congressional charter people don't have to do anything. All they have to do is send a notice in, fill out an application and send it in, and designate the organization that they're from as a congressional charter. Well, now that's not fair. If we're a not-for-profit organization and we already have our credentials and everything, why do we have to go through these hoops and stuff like that and not them? It should be a fair process across the board, which means that whether you are a congressional charter organization or a not-for-profit veterans organization, you all should be doing the same thing. And a good example is that I got a call because I registered myself as a delegate at one organization for National Women Veterans United, and then I switched it for the American Legion because they were trying to take out the voice of the state chartered people, not-for-profit organization people. So now, mind you, there are now like 40-some organizations registered. They're all from the American Legion, VABW, like that. There's not any, probably about 90% are Caucasians, no females at all. I'm the only woman veteran on there, African American, that has a vote. Now, you know where that's going. Do I need to finish that? And so when you look at these types of things that are unjust and they're not right, they have to be addressed. And the legislators don't know anything about this stuff, but they get these bills, then they have to vote because it seems like it's all good and all that kind of stuff. You get the people from Lake County who had the information early on. We found out the day of a hearing that was taking place and had to jump through hoops in order to get there and then be opposed to it. But we were like 10 people, and they had already registered over 200 people to talk on behalf to get that bill in. I mean, it's things like this that's underwater. It reminds me of the Cook County taxes, of how things are going with Cook County taxes. That's what it reminds me of. It's complicated. Some people paying this, some people ain't paying nothing, some people paying, $2 and all that kind of stuff because they got all kinds of passes years ago that they haven't even straightened out, but yet, your house going to get sold if, in fact, you don't pay your taxes and stuff. That's what this kind of reminds me of.
So
when I almost think that everybody who lives wherever needs to be paying the same taxes on the same block.
But just to be clear,
and then
about
the same
this,
thing
about
with I'm on the road now.
Let's be clear about a minute left. So when we understand, so basically you're saying there's congressional level or federal level chartered, which are basically they have their articles of incorporation that were approved at the federal level. You're saying that they can go into any state and pretty much we call it in other industries blue sky.
Because they are so-called congressional charter, and congressional charter, if you read up on it, means nothing.
Well, Rochelle Crump, thanks for your time. This is Rochelle Crump, U.S. Army veteran, co-founder and president of the National Women's Veterans United. Not to be confused with Rochelle Trump. Thanks for your time. Thanks for the information you always bring us. Always bring us some great information. And then one more time, Tell us about what's your website address so people can go to your website and also support you.
Yeah, please go to the website, and especially next week because it'll have a lot of Memorial Day information on there. It's nwvu.org@gmail.com. That's the email, and the website is www.nwvu.org. And you all, please, please, please keep looking at those websites.
America's Heroes Group, we'll be right back.